YouTube, welcome back. I know it's been a few weeks since we did the Houston Rockets series, but I'm excited about getting back into it. It's been busy over the holiday season. That being said, you look here, you see the Houston Rockets at 20 and 36 at the trade deadline. This was the season I thought we were really going to take that step forward and be a 500 or better team, be in the playoffs, be right in the thick of things in the Western Conference, and it just has not happened. And I said in the last video that, if we were struggling, it was going to be the end of Steven Silas. And we actually gave him a little bit longer time than we expected to. So we are going to go ahead and move off of Steven Silas. And he is no longer going to be the head coach of the Houston Rockets. What I think we're going to do is go ahead and allow Rick Higgins, our assistant head coach, to take over for the rest of the year. And then we'll look at getting a new coach in the offseason. And that's exactly what we've done. We have hired Rick Higgins to take over the rest of the year for a head coaching position at a 1-year, $6.9 million deal. We're only paying half of that because there's only half a season left. And we have signed Damari Carroll as our new assistant head coach in Houston. So the coaching changes have happened. Now let's go see what we can do with our roster and the trade deadline and things like that. But first, we'll look at our standings and player stats. Standings around the league. The Memphis Grizzlies are off to another great year at 40 and 15. Denver in second. LA Clippers, Golden State Warriors, New Orleans Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks are in your top six right now. In the 7th seed is the Oklahoma City Thunder, Phoenix Suns, Portland Trail Blazers, and 10th seed is the Los Angeles Lakers, hanging on to a playoff seed. The 5 teams out of the playoffs will be the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Houston Rockets, Sacramento Kings, Utah Jazz, and the San Antonio Spurs. Still have not completed that rebuild yet. In the Eastern Conference, you're seeing in first place the Milwaukee Bucks, Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, Magic, Pistons, Raptors, Pacers, Bulls, Sixers, and Hawks will be in the playoffs today. The Knicks, Hornets, Heat, Nets, and Wizards looking out. So kind of your usual suspects in the Eastern Conference. Here's our team leaders. Jalen Green's having another fantastic year at 23, 5, and 4. It just has not translated to winning yet. And then Jabari Smith Jr., who's been hurt, 21 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. Not quite having the year that he had the past year. OG Anunoby signed that huge contract, and I'd say he's really not delivered on the deal just yet. We're probably going to hang on to him after this deadline, but if he continues to just kind of be middle of the road and not do what we expect him to do here, we may be moving him with some few years of team control left. But he is averaging 15, 5, and 2. Scoot Henderson, another fantastic season for him at the point guard position. 15 points, 4 boards, 7 assists a game. Doing a great job. Tyrese Proctor off the bench, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Great again. Şengün, we're going to start moving into the starting center position and moving forward with him. The Azubuike experiment is over. We thought that was going to be a good deal for us, and it did last year. It has not panned out for us this year. So we're going to move in to really focusing on Şengün and being in our center position, at least for the rest of this season, and then we may look at getting another big man in the offseason somehow with, through free agency, through trades, whatever it needs to be. Tari Eason, doing okay, 9 points, 4 boards. Nothing spectacular. Kenyon Martin Jr. signed a 5-year, $63 million deal in the offseason. Has not turned out to be very good just yet. 7 points, 5 boards, under 2 assists a game. So he's just kind of in the middle of the road there. And we've been using him in the 6th man. He's just not helping us win right now. Josh Christopher, 5 points, 1 board. The rest of the players are just not doing a whole lot. Then you got Azubuike, who's averaging less than 5 points, 6 boards, only 1.3 blocks per game. He averaged almost 3 blocks last season. So we're gonna move off of Azubuike and maybe some others and see what we can get. So let's look at the trade deadline portion of the video. The first trade we're gonna do here is gonna be Udoka Azubuike and Ty Washington Jr. and a 2nd round pick are going to be sent to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Dennis Smith Jr. on a 1-year deal. Make sure his contract here very quickly is expiring. It is expiring at the end of the year, so we can let Dennis Smith Jr. walk, or, we could re-sign him depending on how well he does in the second half of the year. But we're also going to get a first-round pick from the Cavaliers, top 3 predicted in the next 2 seasons. Probably not going to be a high pick, but it is going to bolster up and allow us to continue to develop through the draft. So we will make this deal here with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Very excited to move off of Udoka and get something back of pretty good value, I think, with Dennis Smith Jr. and a 1st-round pick. After the deadline, here's a look at the lineup we're going to be running with. It's going to be Scoot Henderson getting 30 minutes per game at point guard position. Jalen Green's getting 35 minutes at the shooting guard position. Gideon Martin Jr., due to injuries to Jabari Smith Jr., is going to get 25 minutes in there at the small forward position. We've moved Anunoby down to the 4, giving him 35 minutes per game. And then we are starting Şengün at the center position. We're going to move forward with him for the rest of the season at center and see how that works out for us. Tyrese Proctor, 6-man, coming off the bench at 25 minutes per game. Tari Eason, 25 points per game, or 25 minutes per game as well. Then we're going to go with the rookie Will Tate, who's done a pretty good job. Been pretty excited about this rookie. He's doing okay. Nothing spectacular by any means, but well, actually, never mind. This is not the guy I was thinking was doing pretty good. He's shooting 22% from 3. Yeah, not doing good. My fault on that one. And then Josh Christopher and Dennis Smith Jr. is going to get 10 minutes per game. That's going to round it out. And we really need to get Jabari Smith Jr. back. But at this point, we can see how long it's going to be until he is getting back. At this point, we may just want to start tanking and get the best possible draft picks we can get, draft capital, and then make one run at a free agency. We need another big free agency splash. I think we're going to have some salary cap. We'll look at that here in just a moment. We do have another cheap year of Jabari Smith Jr. before we really have to pay him. We are going to have to pay Jalen Green in the offseason, so that's one thing we got to look at. But let's look at his injuries. Where's his injuries at real quick? There's his wear and tear. I just can't find his injury right now. Body health, maybe. Here we go. Injury history. He's got a broken nose. Should be returning here very soon, just in a few days. Like to get him back. But that's what we're going to do as far as the lineup goes. And we can look at kind of what we're looking at the free agent or in the offseason. And moving forward, if we go to front office and we go to finances and salary cap breakdown. Next year's salary cap, Anunoby, we're paying him a lot of money. So it's time that he produces like a $30 million player. I may have overpaid for Anunoby. It's looking like I did so far. We still get Jabari Smith Jr. pretty cheap. Kenyon Martin Jr. under $12 million. Scoot Henderson $8 million. So we still have a lot of cap flexibility in things we can do. And then, we got these guys that we have to come back with. And this is the big guy that we're going to try to re-sign. It's going to be Jalen Green. He's probably going to want a max deal for a restricted free agent. So we'll see what we do in that position. Şengün's probably going to want paid decently, handsome. But we should have some cap space looking, we've only got $47 million on the books for next year so far. So we're not tied down. We should be able to make something happen in the offseason. That being said, that's going to wrap up this video. My guess is we're going to do a gameplay video on YouTube sometime this week where we get a game or two into the second half of the season. Before we do go ahead and sim out and get ready for the offseason here in the next few weeks. But thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. We're up over 200 subscribers. You guys are doing a tremendous job with this. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to join the Discord. Be sure to follow me over on twitch.tv/crazycoach. Twitter, all the good stuff, all that stuff's down in the description. Be sure to follow, and I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I will catch you on the next one.